Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you'll meet the great Dean McCurry. He's one of the best in the business, and that means auctioneering. You'll learn his incredible journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I've always been fascinated by auctioneers, just the way that they can talk fast, but that would be just a broad brush approach to this industry. It's much more than being able to talk fast. You're an entertainer, you're a fundraiser, and you really have to study the client to be successful. A man who knows a lot about that, Dean McCurry with DM Auction Services. Thanks for coming on the show.
Hello, Jeff. I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much for having me. It's a great day.
Well, and you and I have known each other for several years.
Absolutely.
I got to start with this. How many outfits do you own?
That's a good question. You know, some people are dependent on alcohol or drug. I like sport coats. That's my dependency. I probably got 60 sport coats. They're all colorful. They're all bright. They're all color theme of the night for the event I'm doing. I just like to get dressed up, good sport coat, theme it, look it good, feel good. When I get on stage, I got their full attention with a sport coat. Some even have lights. Some even have mirrors, so I can be very flexible what's going to be doing on stage.
Absolutely. And you were telling me before the show you've done more than 3,000 auctions.
Yep.
And you started your career in auctioneering after a lifetime in corporate America.
I was with Western Digital, Fortune 100 company. We were doing hard drives, solid state drives. I had the enterprise, so sold to casinos, sold to hospitals, etc. And basically, I was doing the kids' school at Mary Immaculate, our Catholic school with our grandkids, and my kids went to school. Bottom line is, they said, hey, Dean, can you do the bingo? So I did the bingo one night, B5, N32, 064. They go, Guy, you're great. Would you do an auction? I said, I have no clue exactly what you're talking about. So I did the auction. They raised about $3,000 the year before. I did $35,000 that night. Started a career, got excited, got my license. And then from there, it's been like I put together a complete value-add service. To be more than just an auctioneer on stage, I want to make more money, and the mission of our clients is a mission that we're keyed in on.
I love that. We're going to pull up your website, and as we scroll down the website, let's talk about how you tailor your services to the event. It's not a one-size-fits-all. You actually do your homework.
Absolutely. What we do is we visit the site. I look at, this is the key point. I do look at what they did last year, and then I set a goal. My goal is like a normal goal they want to increase their revenue and their profitability. And then I look at a stretch goal. If we really hit it out of the park, what's the maximum optimize? And it all depends on the crowd, deep pockets, no pockets, whatever. And it depends on the event itself. Golf tournaments, galas, luncheons, skeet shoots. We do all the kinds of fundraisers that are available. Mostly it's galas. And that's the big money night for these people. But what we do is we provide 6 different ways for them to make money. And one is the auctioneer. 40% of your revenue for the night is a live auction. And what I can do is I can basically split some items because they're my trips. We have our own travel company, and that increases, multiplies a factor of X, where they can sell a certain number of trips, unlimited for me. They have 2 years of travel, and these are vetted trips with our travel company. So that's a big part of it during live. The second thing is we have the technology and the support. The bidding technology is through cell phones. It's a technology that's very much state-of-the-art. The old bid sheets and tables are gone. And this is something that we've done for the last 15 years. So we've really zeroed in on that to make it like they don't have to worry about the technology, the internet, the routers. We take care of everything with the staff, and all they do is come and interface with the clients and the patrons. The other thing is we've got spotters, ringmen, they call them. Those are the guys that work the crowd, get the crowd into a frenzy. When I'm on stage, I did Catholic Charity Bishop Gala, they had 1,200 people. I cannot see 1,200 people on stage. So I've got like 8 or 9 spotters, ringmen that were there covering the crowd. We don't miss a beat. We don't miss a bid. That's very important because a lot of times when you go really fast doing the auction and then you go to the next item, they're going like, wait a minute, You didn't going once, going twice, sold, and they're like still wanting to bid. So we cover the crowd. I don't close too fast, so I make sure I get all the bids, which is important because the grandmother in the corner that's oil well millionaires that has money that's sitting in the corner, she raises her hand kind of quietly. Our ringmen and our spotters will take that. The other thing is we have the raffle professional. These are girls that have been doing this. They work the crowd. They get the raffle money. They can sell heads or tails, one of the games we provide, and that's a real good source of income. 10 to 15,000 a night at least is what they've done. We did a golf tournament for 25,000 about 2 months ago. The other thing we do, like I said, the travel is my company. I was going through a third party. Basically, it was through a concierge that we didn't know. These are people that are buying from me on stage, and then we throw them off. No, I don't want to do that. I want to deal with them with our own travel staff, with our own concierge that actually will work from the get-go. We send a welcome letter, we book the trip, coordinate the place, and get everything coordinated when they come back to say, hey, this was a great trip. Thank you so much. And that's the process that we work with these clients to say, hey, these are the people that are spending the money, and they come back with a testimonial and a positive trip and reaction to that, saying, hey, I want to come next year and spend more money. An example of that, we've done one auction, First Life, which is for special needs kids, in Trophy Club. We've done it for 8 years. So I'm thinking every year these guys go on trips. My gosh, how many more trips can I got? We did it in February of this year. I sold 62 trips that night in live only. Amazing. So people are traveling out of COVID. People are spending money for the organizations. And my job is to set up the right trips for the organization, for the live and the silent and the raffle.
Wow, I can see why you're so successful, your attention to detail. If you go out to YouTube and just put in Dean McCurry's name, you're going to see dozens and dozens of videos. I found a kind of a recap video. Let's go ahead and roll that now.
Turn the music up and let's rock tonight.
Tonight's event, it was wonderful.
25, go free, go free, go free, be free.
We just love to be able to take care of the men and women who have suffered serious injuries or PTSD in the service of our country. They really deserve what we give them.
Staff Sergeant Omar Alana.
This event is very important to myself and other people that are in the similar position that I'm in. Myself, it provided a fully adaptive home. I suffered a lot of injuries. I lost my right leg below the knee. I had a severe nerve and tissue damage to my left leg.
When you're going on a combat mission, a combat sortie, a combat patrol, whatever, you have these thought processes that say, God, I hope I make it. And some of these ladies and gentlemen did not make it. And we just have to really take care of them for what they did for us to maintain our freedom.
He's giving it to both these troops that spoke tonight. They're going to Italy. They're going to Italy. They're going to Italy. You're going and you're going to Positano. You guys are going to Italy. God bless the troops and God bless America.
Home Store Troops provide these fully adapted homes to help regain some of that independence.
1,000, go to 5, go to 5,000, go to 5, go to 5, go to 5. Right over here for 7,000, 7,000, 7,000, 7,000. I got 75 right over here. I knew this guy was coming in. I got 45 right over here, go to 5. Talk to the 5. We've got 6 Antiguas, maybe 7. We're all going to go together.
I feel very grateful for all the generosity that a lot of these people provide for these organizations.
Going twice. So, whoa.
And we're just thrilled to be able to help them and have all these patriotic Americans come to our events and really help those that sacrifice so much to make us free.
But our life would be very difficult. It wasn't for Americans like you guys giving back to us.
God bless the troops. God bless you.
Dean, that's got to feel so good.
It feels absolutely wonderful. We've done that for 9 years. We're going to do it a 10th year. Again, we've already booked for August of this year. It's wounded soldiers, and they don't have much to come home to. No houses. They're wounded, no legs. It's just a sad situation. But honoringourwoundedmilitary.org has given them a chance to refresh their life from the war and what they've gone through. And I'm a very critical part of this that I feel like we made a difference for a lot of wounded soldiers in their life to have a better life expectancy and what they can do and change their life from the war. It's been tough for them, and we're behind this 100%. And it's been very successful, raised a ton of money.
Well, I love it that you take it so personally, because these people become your friends, and you know that this could make or break their budget for the year.
Absolutely. And example, we've done a couple lately. One was a Mavericks ball. I've done that for 5 years in a row. And it was fun because we had, it was Luca on stage.
Hold on, we actually have a picture of
Oh,
that.
you
Let's,
do?
Let's go ahead and put this.
Get out of here.
Look at
Oh
that.
my gosh. You guys are awesome here. That is great. That is great.
All right, tell us about that event.
Well, we did it about 3 weeks ago, and I was on stage at the Anatole, and it was a trip to Slovenia, that Luca's hometown, home country. And so he got on there with me. We talked about Slovenia, about the cave, about the country, about the lake, and all that. And it was absolutely wonderful. It was fun to interact with him because I've known him by doing this auction several years. And so we talked about Slovenia, and then there was Kyrie on the left of me, and there was Mark Cuban on the right of me. So I'm going, okay, I'll start at 25,000, 25 to 3, go to 3,000, 35, 35, I'm going to go to 4. So I'm at $40,000 going, wow, this is going great. Then I'm going to 50,000, I'm going to 60,000, I'm going to 65,000, and I'm saying, wait a minute, there's a jersey right next to me of Luca, and his jersey number is 77. So I'm going, okay, in a perfect world, a perfect dream, let's get 77. So I'm looking at Kyrie, he goes, yes, 77 sold. I'm looking at Mark Cuban, he goes, yes, 77 sold. That's $154,000 from Luca, a trip to the country, his country, one item, $154,000. They raised a ton of money that night, and it's all for the Mavs Foundation, which is a Dallas organization that helps so many different needy organizations. Great.
Wow, Dean, I'm so impressed with you. We also have some video of you, and I want to set this up. You're an entertainer. You play piano.
What I try to do on stage is not just be like a cow coddle. That's where they do cows and cards. Yeah. I want to be an entertainer to work the crowd. People say, Dean, do you want to be on the stage? No, I don't want to be on stage. I want to be down on the level of the dance floor where I can interact with a microphone and go up to the people that are bidding and look them in the face and go, this is a great trip. We know this trip. This is for kids with cancer. This is why we're here. This is the whole motivation. This is what we're doing. Bam, they go to 25, 35, 35, 40, 45. And so it kind of is a personal entertainment reaction. I kid with them. I have fun. I don't put them on the spot. But yet, I do play the piano, played in a little rock and roll band way back in when. And one of the auctions was in Boerne, Texas, and they had a piano. And I said, look, and I've sold my coat. I sold my coat to Big Brothers, Big Sisters for $5,000. I took it off, gave it to the guy for $5,000. And I said, look, I'll play the piano tonight if you'll put up $1,000. So in Boerne, these guys at the senior center, which is what money was for, said, yes, I'll pay $1,000 if you play the piano.
Okay, let's go ahead and roll that clip.
Hold it now, ladies and gentlemen. Hold it. We're having a party tonight on Friday night. I want to hear you say, oh.
Wow, you're so multi-talented.
My son has a band. My other son plays the drums. So I guess somewhere in the genes of our family, I've got a little bit of talent of music. But anyway, it's back to the entertainment. When they leave that night and they spend all this money and they're in the car, we do the fund to cause. That's the other way to raise money is fund to cause, cash call, raise your paddle, etc. I want them to say, you know what, when I left for these kids with cancer, these wounded soldiers, this school, whatever the organization is, they feel good when they get in the car and go home because they've given money. And the fund to cause is not like I'm buying a trip or I'm buying a raffle. It's like this is money that I'm giving from my heart. And we have a game called The Last Person Standing in the Runaround. So Saturday night, I was at our Redeemer School, and we went to one by, already had prepaid $50,000 for the school. They're going to build a new junior high wing. And then we went to 20, and then we went to 10. I had like 4 or 5 10,000s, 5,000s. And then I went down to $300. I just pulled $300 out of my mind. And I said, I'll give a trip. I did a trip for this $300. They raised $17,000.
Wow.
Fact of life, that night, with me being innovative to say, look, the last person that gives the $300 will win this trip. I sat there for 15 minutes with $300 bid cards going up as fast as I could call. And I went on and on and on. I said, what was the total? They said $17,000. They'd have normally gotten about $500 if we had done that. So that's the value add that I'm there to help increase the revenue, increase the profitability, and have fun with the crowd. They were laughing and they were having fun.
Well, I love it that you use your gut, because you probably have like a general run a show, but
Right,
you're always
right.
kind of adjusting to the energy of the audience, and I need to do this to get more bids going.
You have to, absolutely, because like heads or tails is a game, and you go, why do you do heads or tails? 2 reasons, real simple. One, put your hands on your head or your tail, and you flip a coin and it comes up. Well, the crowd's going crazy. It's like a game. People like Las Vegas games, and they pay $20 or $25 to get in the game, but the organization's making, say, 5, 4, 3, 2,000. Bishop Gala's made 10,000 on heads or tails. The other thing is I've got them eating out of my hands because I bring up the 2 or 3 final winners, and they're on stage and their friends are clapping, going crazy. So the crowd is absolutely focused on me to know that now that the game's over, I segue into the first live auction. And my staff does a PowerPoint with music. So when you're doing ski in Colorado, I've got John Denver Rocky Mountain High coming up. They're going crazy. They're going nuts. I want to go there, ski in and ski out, 5 nights, 6 bedrooms, whatever. And then the music goes on of John Denver Rocky Mountain High. Or if it's all-inclusive Caribbean, little Mexico, Caribbean, sexy music, they're going crazy for that. That's a big boost that we do, and it's the best money ever spent for that PowerPoint, and people go crazy. They go nuts for it.
Okay, in the final minute or so, Dean, why don't you look into the camera on the left and talk to the organizer who's thinking, I think I just found my auctioneer. What's the process like?
Our value add is a little bit different. We provide so many things that are so unique and so things that will give you money that you've never raised before. We're in your mission. Our mission is your mission. Our goals are your goals. Our revenue that we can make through you through the auction is money that will go in your back pocket. From the technology to the auctioneer to the trips to the raffles to the fund a cause to the last person standing, these are things that I've got that are proven for many years of experience being in the business that will make you as an organization more money than you've ever raised before, and have fun with your audience, and they go home happy to come back next year and spend more money.
Wow, that's a great way to leave this program. Let's also leave you with his website, which is dmauctionservices.com. The great Dean McCurry. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeff.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.